Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Zeus and Ghost Rider, and we're going to be facing them off in alliance battle. We're going to be starting off with Ghost Rider, so this is what his build looks like. I've been using him as a tier 4 striker for the longest time, but for today's video, I switched out his build so that I can see how he performs in Alliance Battle Extreme and Alliance Battle Legends. I'm using him with a 4-star artifact and a mighty CTP of competition. On top of that, he also gets 3% extra peers from his team up collection. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started with our testing. We're starting off with Alliance Battle Extreme. Ghost Rider qualifies for 3 restrictions here: Universal Hero Male, Universal Hero, and Universal Human. Against Zeus, he's going to be competing in the Universal Hero Male and Universal Hero restrictions. Out of the 3 cancels, he has 2 in his kit, and he's missing Silence. The rotation that I used was 5 cancel, 2 cancel, 1 cancel, 3 delay cancel, 6 slight delay cancel into 4. It might seem slightly complicated, but once you get in the rhythm, you can actually figure it out and it's pretty easy. The visual cues are very simple. For the tier 3 skill, when the ground lights up, you cancel. And for the 3rd skill, when he hits the ground, that's when you cancel. I tried insta-canceling all the skills and it doesn't really do that well. So yeah, I'll just stick with the delay cancel rotation. Now talking about his build, I am using him with the competition. In my opinion, it is the best PvE CTP for him. He will perform much better compared to a Rage CTP. However, if you don't have a competition, Rage is very much usable. But yeah, with that being said, we are near the end of this run and it seems like we crossed 16 million with comfort. This is the ballpark I initially expected him to reach, and yeah, he fulfilled his expectations. But yeah, with that being said, we can now move on to his Alliance Battle Legends run. Just like Alliance Battle Extreme and Alliance Battle Legends, he qualifies for 3 restrictions: Universal Male, Universal Human, and Universal Hero Male again. The restrictions where he's going to compete against Zeus are Universal Male and Universal Hero Male. He has only 1 cancel in his kit for Alliance Battle Legends, missing Shock and Fracture. That makes him depend on his tier 4 striker a lot, especially in Alliance Battle Legends. Now let's talk about his team a little bit. This is a very niche team only for flame characters. So yeah, we have Robbie Reyes and Ghost Panther. You need Robbie Reyes' artifact for him to be a good support for Ghost Rider. But yeah, I have a 4-star version of his artifact. So yeah, I am using this team. The better the artifact, the better the results. As for Ghost Rider himself, he recently received this new uniform that released him from the seasonal prison. While this uniform is slightly worse in PvE compared to the previous uniform, this uniform is much better in PvP. So taking that into consideration, Ghost Rider's overall value in the game is insane. And as you can see at the end of this run, he almost reached 13 million. A very impressive showing from Ghost Rider. But that brings us to the end of his testing. We can finally move on to Zeus. You can acquire him from the Olympus Epic Quest Deluxe Pack, and he is a very expensive character. First of all, the Deluxe Pack itself costs you 6,600 crystals, and on top of that, he is a native tier 2 premium character. He costs you 2 times the materials and 2 times the gold. This is what his build looks like at the moment. He doesn't have a team up collection or anything compared to Ghost Rider. However, he has an insane cell fleet. But yeah, I am using him with a 4-star artifact and the same exact mighty CTP of competition. Now let's see how the Skyfather performs in Alliance Battle Extreme. Unlike Ghost Rider, Zeus is an alien character, so he qualifies for slightly different restrictions. He also qualifies for 3 restrictions in Alliance Battle Extreme: Universal Hero Male, Universal Hero, and the different one being Hero Male Alien. Out of the 3 cancels, he has only 1 in his kit, missing Silence and Burn. So he also has to depend on his tier 4 striker for majority of the seasons. As for Zeus's build, competition CTP is the best for him. You can use him with a Rage, however, the competition is gonna perform much better. He is a lightning damage character, so yeah, be sure to put the lightning damage Odin's Mites on him. Moving on to his rotation, it is much easier than Ghost Rider. You can literally cancel everything into 4. So the rotation that I used formally is 6 cancel, 5 cancel, 2 cancel, 1 cancel, 3 cancel, 4. It's pretty easy and he performs really good. I mean, just look at the score right now. We have 10 seconds left on the clock and he cleared 17 million with comfort. We're looking at an 18 million Alliance Battle Extreme score to start things off with Zeus. What an insane character. If I improved his build a little bit more, added a couple more Odin's Mites, oh my god, we could actually hit 20 million without a uniform on him. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, with that being said, we can move on to his Alliance Battle Legends run. Here he qualifies for 3 different restrictions: Universal Male, Universal Hero Male, and finally Hero Alien. He has all 3 cancels here. While he was very versatile in Alliance Battle Extreme, he is very versatile in Alliance Battle Legends. I mean, just look at his skills. He has a cancel in every single one of his skills. That is actually hilarious. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in the tier 4 video as well. So yeah, if you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. Now let's talk about his team a little bit. Unlike Ghost Rider, you don't really have that many lightning damage support characters, so I had to utilize characters who had a support artifact. Both Nova and Ronin have support artifacts, and I have 4-star versions of both of their artifacts. So yeah, I'm just using them. If you don't have either of their artifacts, you can still use Ghost Panther. But with that being said, we are creeping towards the end of this run. As you can see, he crossed 15 million with ease. We were so close to 16 million for that reward upgrade. I barely have any character who can hit this score with a uniform. This is an insane showing from Zeus. But with that being said, we concluded our testing. I mean, we can already tell who won the face-off, but still, let's move on to the comparison to see the difference in scores. So we started off with Alliance Battle Extreme. Ghost Rider kicked things off with a score of 16.54 million. Following that, Zeus scored an astonishing 18.15 million. Zeus ended up dealing 1.61 million more than Ghost Rider, which is equivalent to almost 10% more in overall score. And then we moved on to Alliance Battle Legends. To start things off there, Ghost Rider ended up scoring 12.87 million. Subsequently, we used Zeus and we got 15.94 million. That is an insane 3.7 million more than Ghost Rider. That is a difference of almost 24%. Concluding our comparison. Now don't let this discourage you from building up Ghost Rider. He is still a very valuable character for all levels of the game. You can use him as a new player and also as a late game player. You can use him in PvE, PvP, he's just insane. But he falls short in the Alliance Battle department against Zeus. As a final verdict, Zeus is a much better Alliance Battle character than Ghost Rider. But given how steep his price tag is, Ghost Rider still might be an ideal option for you. Ghost Rider also has a team up collection, so slowly you can build him up to score better, and still his scores are very competitive. He scores 15 million plus in Alliance Battle Extreme and 12 million plus in Alliance Battle Legends. Meaning if I didn't have Zeus already, I would probably be still using Ghost Rider. But yeah, if you can afford to get Zeus, I would highly recommend getting him because he is just insane. But if you can't, Ghost Rider is still your #1 pick. But yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and while you're down there, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!